It's one thing being dropped for friendlies out of a squad, but for the first opening game of the Ligue 1 season, PSG have dropped Ugarte's ass right out of there. Where is that situation at right now? Developments every single day. Every time a show comes along, we've got a development with Ugarte. We've got Fabrizio Romano's take on this, and an interesting one alongside that from Laurie Whitwell of The Athletic around Ugarte as well. Interesting update on Scotty to Hottie, Scott McTominay as well. All of your Manchester United news here live on Forever United TV. I'm Adam. This is your lunchtime interactive show talking over everything that's happened from the morning show to now into stuff that was from that morning show as well, by the way. If you didn't get a chance to have your say on what we said this morning regarding Jadon Sancho to Chelsea, of all places as well. And of course, it's bleeding match day. I was on TalkSport earlier on talking ahead to the game. I could feel the vibe. The match day vibe is coming back. It is. We're talking transfers right now. Later on today in the evening show, we are going to be back with live outside Old Trafford as well, guys. Match day is back in the Premier League at Old Trafford. I will see you all there as well. Please do give a video on this. Give this like a video. Give this video a like even. Sorry, I'm all over it. I'm just excited about match day. Please give me 1,000 likes on this video, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Really appreciate you all coming along and being involved in the show. Make sure that you are subscribed as well. You won't miss any of this transfer content, which we do all the time, 3 times a day. And the match day content, which is coming up later on, which is going to be absolutely banging. Because United are going to smash Fulham out of Old Trafford, I'm telling you right now. But yes, before that, we have the matter of dealing with the end of the transfer window. Well and truly deep into the last 2 weeks of it now. And everybody is into a point of now, like, who is going to be the last signing? Is Ugarte going to be the last signing? We've got updates on the left-back situation as well to bring you in this show today. So we'll talk over that. We'll talk over what's happening right now with Ugarte and Scott McTominay as well. And all of the reports coming from Old Trafford. There's some interesting stories coming out from the hierarchy of Manchester United. What's going on with the Glazers, the staffing situation at Manchester United. What Sir Jim Radcliffe has also implemented as well. Loads of different little bits of information. You usually only get that on a match day. And you usually get that when the club want to release it out. Really interesting stuff that I'm going to talk through with you guys as well in the show. But first of all, Manuel Ugarte, yes, we said it at the top in the intro, his ass has been dropped from the PSG squad. We said earlier on this morning, if you wasn't watching, there is a link up there in the top of the screen there for you guys actually to catch up with that video later after. We were talking Ugarte and Sancho this morning, and Ugarte really pushing down on to PSG to make this move happen. Luis Enrique, we spoke about not wanting not so much a bad egg, but a player that doesn't want to be there in his squad. I mean, to be honest, when Ugarte was there, Enrique sort of went off him as well towards the back end of last season. But now we're hearing that he is completely off him because he's not even in the matchday squad. Imagine having a full-on international holding midfielder there. You don't even put him in your matchday squad. What does that mean? Well, of course it means he's on his way to Manchester United. There's no other outcome to come from this. Like, this is what we talked about earlier on when pressure comes around. Pressure on PSG to sell. It not only comes from the hierarchy to the financial side of things in getting him out of the door, it comes from the manager actually dropping Ugarte out of PSG's squad and telling the people and the directors at PSG that he needs to be gone. I'm not going to use him. You've got money there that needs to be brought in. Whatever you can get for it, go for it, and then reinvest it and balance it. They've backed Enrique in players that he wanted bringing in who they've got in Desiree Doué, in João Neves, for instance. And now they've got players there that they need to sell. And Ugarte is top of that list. He is standing out. It is literally a standoff between PSG and Ugarte right now. He is pushing hard. Manchester United are in that comfortable position we talked about this morning. I'm going to get into the stories and the headlines and what people have been saying to bring you guys a bit closer to what's actually going on, because there's been quite a lot actually regarding Ugarte this morning. And it comes from Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic. Interesting piece from Litwell on Euro as well, which I want to get your opinions on, guys. A resolution is possible closer to the transfer deadline. Manchester United insists they will not pay PSG's asking price. That from Laurie Whitwell to carry on. George Mendes is trying to engineer a deal that would see Manchester United sign Manuel Ugarte from PSG. But it is all coming down to the fact that Manchester United will not entertain or go anywhere near PSG's asking price. And this is what we've always known and what the hold-up is. So now you've got Enrique pushing on to PSG to move Ugarte on. You've got Ugarte pushing on the club to move him on. Manchester United pushing on the club by having Sander Berge, like we discussed this morning, ready to go if they won't drop their price for Manuel Ugarte. They are happy, as much as it would pain them probably to leave Ugarte hanging. It's not their problem to deal with. United have to act like a big football club. And as sad as it will be for Ugarte, he has to be professional and carry on and try and find his way back into that PSG side, because United will not pay what PSG want. It's as simple as that. I think we are going to get a conclusion to this next week. I don't think it'll go right to the wire. I personally think that Manchester United now, with everything that they've done and put in place regarding this deal and the pressure that is well and truly on to the powers that be at Paris, I think that we will start to get movement this week. I think everything is in place. I just hope that United start off well tonight and then we don't get this outcry like this has got to happen now, because that will obviously play into the hands of Paris Saint-Germain as well. We need a really good performance tonight as to show that Manchester United are already in a comfortable position with the squad we've got, and the players like Sander Berge on the sideline actually waiting to come in as well, and PSG know this. If United get absolutely tonked or have a shite performance tonight, then it's going to fall into PSG's hands again, isn't it? And you know what I mean by that? It'll be them saying, look, listen, the crap, they're desperate for him. They're going to pay. They need a midfielder. They'll pay. Please, United, just make this happen tonight. Good performance, and that's even more pressure onto PSG then, because that will then be that, I think, that final nail in the coffin. It's like everybody now is surrounding the club and actually trying to make this happen. It's a Uruguayan standoff, says Tom in the chat with a super chat. Thank you, mate, for the super. Get your comments coming on this. It's interactive time, guys, so we get your comments in. We have creeping up to 900 in the room with us right now. Keep them likes coming in, guys. Please do get your comments in as well. Make sure that you get your points across. I am going to be doing live, like I said, later, but this is your last real chance to get onto the transfer sort of stuff today anyway, because it all turns to match day content later on. So get your comments in on this now. What do you think to what Laurie Whitwell is saying? The Athletic don't come out and start talking unless there is something significant going on. When they're involved and when they're talking about what's happening with a transfer, you usually know that things are moving along and moving along nicely. So I look at it and go, I do think that there will be movement soon. Do you know what? We could hear something this weekend. Like, it could have, a lot of stuff happens at weekends. Apparently, if you remember, like earlier on in the week, we had an update, didn't we, on Manuel Ugarte. Around about Tuesday, about a conversation with Manchester United and PSG, which was rumoured to say there was close to a breakthrough with talks. So I feel like we have got a situation now where United are happy with whichever way it goes, and PSG are starting to buckle a little bit. I think they're feeling the pressure and probably didn't expect Manchester United to go this far. But like Laurie Whitwell says there, Manchester United will wait till the deadline day if they have to, because they're already in a comfortable enough position without Manuel Ugarte. So as much as the fans are saying that we need a midfielder, obviously we want to have better midfielders and better players in at Manchester United. But still, we are looking at the possibility of taking PSG, taking on PSG, taking on Bayern Munich, taking on Real Madrid, and winning on all three sides of this summer alone. In the first summer, with no money really to spend, United have done this. This is the massive positive and the plus that we've got right now with Man United and where we're at as a football club. And I think this is only going to... And I said this on Talk Sport this morning. I said, look, I just hope that the positivity from off the pitch then just feeds out onto the pitch and everyone can keep moving in the same direction, in the right direction, which is obviously winning. And United, I've done a lot of winning off the pitch recently. And I just hope that we do get to that point where we're actually competing on the pitch as well and actually getting up that table and being where we should be, because I think this team is actually strong enough to be there challenging. So yeah, Manuel Ugarte added to that after this window is finished, that would be an absolute bonus. And then nailing on top four for United, I think that's where we're going to be at 100%. Simon says the standoff and the Bayern standoff will make us the Clint Eastwood of football clubs. Don't mess with us. That's what it's saying. Don't mess with us. Genius here says, unfortunately, Adam, I think you're wrong. I think it goes down to the final days, Ugarte, and then we won't be anywhere near match fit. So talking mid-September until ready to play. Yeah, I don't care though. He doesn't have to play. We've got Casemiro. He doesn't have to come straight into the team. This is what we're saying. Like, if we win the first few games, then nobody's bothered about Ugarte coming in at a certain time. We're actually doing all right. And why it's so important that the positivity off the pitch comes onto the pitch and we get off to a good start tonight. Because I don't think we necessarily need Ugarte right now. I've been saying this all along. I'm not bothered if we get him or we don't. If it goes to the end of the window on deadline day, so what? It doesn't matter. Honestly, do not care if it goes all the way down to the wire. I think we're okay in position where we are right now to get through this first month. And then can you imagine the buzz and the atmosphere if United sign Ugarte just before that Liverpool game at Old Trafford? Oh, yes. In fact, it might actually work better if it goes to deadline day, because that will give us that extra bit of, that extra bit of oomph going into that Liverpool game, won't it? It'll say to everybody, look, United doing well already. Now adding players in right at the end of the transfer window as well to what we've already got. And it just gives you that feel-good factor going in. I feel like this is working out absolutely perfectly. I do. It's weird that you should say that, but it does look like it is going to be working out exactly how we hoped it would. And maybe this was Ineos's plan all along. Just play it out. No rush, no drama. Just take it all away and let's get the best deals that we possibly can. We are not going to be had over. Just in terms of Ineos and how they're approaching things, this was an interesting one that came out earlier on from Laurie Whitwell as well. He's been talking a lot, our Loza. The signing of Chido Obi Martin would probably not have happened under the old regime, whose approach was to wait for an agreement between clubs. Manchester United already have contractual agreement with the player and are now negotiating the training compensation with Arsenal. So what Laurie's saying there is, it's like, again, that positive of how Ineos have actually approached this transfer market. We're talking there about Ugarte going all the way to the wire. They know what situation they're in. They know all circumstances and are prepared for all circumstances, whereas the old regime, like Laurie says there, they weren't. Like, they would have waited for the club agreement. Someone else could have come in and sort of stole Obi Martin away. And United have not let that happen. They've done this with every single player, though. We've talked about it plenty on shows before, how we've approached the players, we've gone through the agents, we've sweetened everybody up and then gone in, bang, negotiated with the clubs and got the prices that we wanted out of it. And I think that is the massive positive in all of this. So, again, like proof there in what Laurie's saying with how Manchester United have dealt with the Obi Martin deal as the clear evidence that things are changing at Manchester United and definitely within the transfer market and how this club approaches deals now. Dackley says, might actually like playing Man United in the next Football Manager, De Ligt and Ugarte. Ugarte presentation at game against Liverpool, says Breen. Ooh, yeah. I'm thinking like Leeds at home, Rafael Varane sort of presentation for Manuel Ugarte. Oh, that would be ace, wouldn't it? All we need to do is get through these first two games. Just come on, United. Just get through these games with points on the board, positive vibe, get in there and just go into that Liverpool game. Bang, Ugarte out, being unveiled in front of the fans, beat Liverpool, top of the league, going into the international break. Am I asking for too much? 3 games? I mean, come on. We finished last season with 3 wins. Why don't we start the season with 3 wins as well? And then going into an international break, absolutely buoyed and buzzing for a change, would mean, it would be a completely different place, Man United. It would. I think we can use Casemiro for a while. The guy had 1 bad season out of the last 10 seasons of football, so I'm not too worried about a Ugarte deal taking a while. Perhaps totally agree with you on that one. Asaji says, if Ugarte comes to United, Man United will and must be competing for the EPL title. I don't think that is expected this year. I cannot expect United to be going in and challenging for the title right now. I don't think that's right or fair. 100% guaranteeing themselves into top 4, I would say that is more important. I think that has to be what Man United's target is this summer. Get a trophy, get top 4, back being relevant again, and then move on from there in the league. Look, you've got to win a trophy every season. That's what Sir Alex Ferguson said. Whatever trophy it is, but you cannot forget your league position. It's all right saying we got a trophy. Yes, that's great. You cannot get a trophy and then not get into the top league from this point. It has to be top 4, and then it has to be a trophy after that. Top 4, minimum requirement. If you don't get a trophy, you probably get away with it because you're in the Champions League. Obviously, the perfect scenario would be Manchester United get top 4 and win the Europa League as well. That would be perfect, because that would be 3 trophies for Erik ten Hag, and the only ones missing then are the Premier League and the Champions League. And he could win the lot. Pep Guardiola can't win a lot because City are not shit enough to be in the Europa League. So he could get one up on him straight away there, couldn't he? So, like I said, this season, let's get into the top 4. Let's win the Europa League, and then move forward, challenge for the league and Champions League the year after. It sounds a bit optimistic saying that still, but you know where I'm coming from. Right now, let's just look at what's in front of us. We need to beat Fulham tonight and then move forward to Brighton, beat them and beat Liverpool. I think it's doable, and no one can tell me otherwise. I'm telling you now, we can win all of them games. Anthony says that Ugarte is replacing Amrabat. I reckon Casemiro will be around for another season. Yep, that's exactly what it is, mate. Football people doing our business, says Michael. Michael, 100% agree with you on that one. Carlos, hope Rashford got his scoring boots on tonight. He needs to start bagging. He needs to start coming back, I feel. Alien Red Devils, see you tonight, Adam. Glory, glory, Man United. Pete, I will be there, mate. Make sure you are where we usually are. Hopefully your coach doesn't break down or has any issues driving over, mate. Almost 1,200 in the room with us right now, guys. Thank you. Please get the likes up. We only have 270 for well over 1,100 in the room. So come on, guys. Get liking the video. That should be up a lot higher than what it is. Definitely selling the players on the project first, and certainly worked this window. Hopefully as United play Erik ten Hag's style, there won't be the need to sell the vision to players in the future, says JT. Good comment, JT. I like it. I'm disabled, Adam, so it will be from my bedmate, but I'll be there in mind and body. Raymond, legend, my friend. Hopefully the lads can bring it home for you tonight as well and make it a happy start to the season for all of us, I would say. Tony Ugarte, Regulon in, says Mujahid. I think we can forget about Tony now. Ferdinand, I did say on that as well. I don't know if you guys seen that. Ferdinand was talking about how it just didn't fit Manchester United, the Ivan Toney deal. It didn't. It's not like it doesn't fit, but it just doesn't feel like the right type of signing with what's going on. It doesn't sort of like look like an Ineos signing, does it? Whereas I've bigged it up, and I would still be happy with Tony coming in. I think the experience will do the younger strikers the power of good. I do believe that it won't happen now. Brentford are crazy with the prices that they've got on him. Absolutely crazy. Mark from bed because he's knackered this week. Oh, come on, Mark. Got to do better than that, mate. Joe says, honestly, I don't care if we win Europa, but I want a good run in the league. Everything is judged on the league. We'll talk about this a lot more later on in the live outside before we go into Old Trafford. But yeah, everything is judged on the league, 100%. Players have to have the right attitude. That means career over money. Maguire has the wrong attitude, just like Rashford. Tim says, it would be nice to actually challenge until the end, wouldn't it? Have a long, prolonged run. Yeah, I understand that. Definitely. That's something that we do need. We need to be in a few competitions. I feel like the squad is big enough. Honestly, guys, if you didn't watch the video earlier on this morning, like, where are you at with Jadon Sancho right now? If there's an opportunity to send him out to Chelsea on loan with an obligation to buy, with them covering all his wages, would you take that, knowing that you've got Pellistri still there? I said this before, and someone came back with a comment, Adam, he's on his last year, so we got to get rid of him. Well, honestly, I said it. Like, Sancho's wages and what we'll save this year is more than any transfer fee that we will make on Facundo Pellistri. If you want Sancho out of this football club, send him on loan with an obligation to Chelsea. You've got money there for next season and that big wage off the wage bill to help with PSR as well. And Pellestri's already there. They may thrash out a contract for Pellistri if he does well this season. You just don't know unless you give the guy a chance. But still, if Pellistri leaves on a free next summer, you know what? Take that as collateral. That's the problem you've got right now. There's too much going on and they can't fix everything. But Pellistri going next season for free is still better than, for me, waiting around and trying to get a deal that's not worth it for Jadon Sancho. I would, because you're going to get rid of Jadon Sancho's wages if he goes on loan, and you got Pellistri there to cover him, so no real drama. Same amount of players, if not more. And get a good fee for Sancho on the obligation next summer. And that pretty much is Pellistri's money anyway, which you're not going to get a lot for. We've all been talking like 5 to 10 million max for Pellistri, haven't we? So when you look at it that way, you've got to say, look, it's worth the bigger picture. When you look at the bigger picture, it's worth looking into the Sancho situation more than trying to sell Pellistri for me. It just made complete sense, but I'm not in charge, and I don't know. I still feel like the Chelsea one is a bit fabricated and it's not genuine, personally. But if there is an opportunity there to make it happen, you do jump at that opportunity. 3 games in 6 days. Give me a break out of the FA Cup. Not sure what you're on about, mate. I mean, in terms of you, Mark, and you playing personally, can't mean United or anything like that. 3 games in 6 days? Nah, mate. No, I'm still not letting you off. Lightweight. Cheers for the super chat, though, buddy. Another super chat in from Seville says... Rashford or Garnacho on the left? Question mark. And is the right side Ahmad's? Plus, do you expect to see Xerxes tonight? My name's Adam, by the way. So I'm just checking. I'm only messing. Mate. Cheers for the super chat. In terms of answering your questions, Rashford or Garnacho on the left? It's a no-brainer. It's always Garnacho for me. On the right, I would have Ahmad. Yes, I'd be incredibly disappointed if we didn't have Ahmad starting this game. Look, I know that Rashford's going to start, but if you ask me my front three, I would go with Xerxes, with Bruno behind him. I'd have Ahmad on the right and have Garnacho on the left. Everyone else on the bench. And you've got plenty of options on the bench there, I feel. The midfield, obviously, would be Kobe Mainu and Casemiro. And then the back four would be Dalot on the left with... Martinez and De Ligt in the middle, and then I'd have Mazraoui on the right, Onana in goal. United win that game. I'm happy with that lineup, with more to come as well. Sancho has to go. A loan to Chelsea will be good for everyone. He just has to play really well. Go play. I don't care if he plays well or not, honestly. If he's out of the club, I don't care what he does. See you later. Don't care. Bye-bye. Simple as. This is a different channel. We have more strap-ons than the rest, says Anthony. It's not funny. It's not funny, mate. I said it once. Come on, give me a break. Enjoy the game, Adam. Gutted you're not there, Babs. Oh, gutted. Next time, I'll have to try and get you. I did actually sell a ticket on, so... make sure you hit me up, Babs, as well next time if you're looking for a ticket. I'll see what I can do for you as well, if there's any particular game. Anyone else, for that matter, within our members club or anything like that who's looking for tickets, we do get opportunities, so let me know if you are looking to get to any games as well, guys. Watching Rashford in pre-season still has not changed, says Thomas. Yeah, not a lot of people are like that. All right, okay. Let's move on to Scotty Too Hottie and what is going on with the McTominay. And that is, again, out from the Mirror this morning. And this story came from David Anderson of the Daily Mirror. Napoli are in talks with Manchester United, and head coach Antonio Conte wants McTominay to boost their midfield. Napoli would prefer a loan move for McTominay, even though United feel he is worth 25 million. Look, Romano has come out and said that United will accept 25 million now. Then that's changed, because Romano was saying a deal would only happen for 30 million. He's now changed that to 30 million euros, which we obviously know is a lot cheaper than 30 million quid. So 25 will get this done. Fulham have been within 2 mil. I think, and talking to Harry from TalkSport, who is a big Fulham fan this morning, he thinks that they may come back in before the deadline is done. The talks are going on strong with Conte now and Napoli, but he feels like they need Scott McTominay and they will make another move for him before the window shuts. Really interesting, because it's like we were saying before, with them having a bid rejected for Andre from Fluminense, knowing that Fulham have got that 25 million there to spend, because that was the bid officially that was rejected by the Brazilian side. They are going to come back in. It's now is the feeling around the Fulham side of things. So let's just watch this space. But I do believe that Scott will go. If Scott goes, there is a chance United, I feel, will get 2 midfielders. As it is now, I think United will still get Ugarte and will get one more if someone significant is sold, like Scott McTominay. That's how I feel. Leinster, welcome to the Members Club. Madred 2 membership as well. Thank you, my friend. Love that. Keep them likes coming in, guys. Creeping up to the 400 mark. Let's see if we can match this morning's show of getting 600 live likes. We are going to get 1,000 likes on this video again. We smashed it this morning. We're going to do it again this lunchtime, because you are all absolute legends of the channel. I love you all. See, we couldn't sell McTominay because Romano put the wrong currency. Yeah, blame Romano. That's what we're doing. We blame anyone. Let's see what else we've got here. How long before Eric drops Rashford this season? I hope he gets his act together. Look, at the end of the day, you've got a different coaching setup there now. You've got more pressures from above with Erik ten Hag. I feel like he is going to change this season. He has to, doesn't he? He cannot be as stubborn as he was last season. He can't always be that way, I feel. And I look at it and I just go, he's got Ruud van Nistelrooy next to him there. And like, Ruud knows when a striker's off, he's off. You can see, always seeing his pictures of Van Nistelrooy in deep conversation with Rashford constantly all the time. There has to be a change somewhere along the line this season from United. I do think that we will. I think there'll be a different approach. I think the forward line will be different as well. I think it's not going to be one way every single game. I think we will see rotation this season. If we don't, then we know it's Ten Hag who's doing it. But I know that the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy, who knows that rotation is important, he's seen it firsthand. He knows when a striker is down. He knows a striker is suffering. And I think he will be the key difference this season for Manchester United. Andrew Jones with a super chat. Thank you, mate. He says, "Hi, Adam. How was your birthday meal? You looked a bit hungover. Did I? I hope the weekend started well tonight and United win." Yeah, I mean, I wasn't hungover. I didn't have that much to drink. I had a lot to eat. Good God, I had a lot to eat. Kaz will vouch for that. Garlic bread gate, put it that way, yeah. But no, thanks for the well wishes. It's my birthday tomorrow officially, guys. So I'm hoping United do the job. Early birthday present for me tonight. And we get the win. I'll be there. I'm going to be there early. I'm really looking forward to getting back to Old Trafford. Just being around there today, this morning, great feel to it. Really looking forward to it. I've seen some of the pictures of like a new fan section in Old Trafford. Like a different suite, like a fan suite in Old Trafford that's been done. Obviously, we know the tunnel's been done as well, and you've got the new section of seats that have been kicked out, the executive seats, and now a new standing section that has been put into the Stretford end. So hopefully, atmosphere-wise, is going to be absolutely rocking tonight at Old Trafford. I'm sure it will. Skiliano says... what did you say there? Sorry. Our spot in the first 11 needs to be just the underperforming players. It needs to be by merit, and underperforming players need... Sorry, there's a few different comments came up at once there, mate. I'm just trying to catch up with it again. Underperforming players need to be dropped. Erik Ten Hag can't keep playing his favourites. That could cost him his job. Again, like we say, like he has to learn, and it is going to be different this season. Leo with a super chat. Thank you, Leo. Xerxes needs to start tonight. A goal from Zerk and a win would start us off perfectly. It would. It would. Someone asked me the question, I think it was Jonathan earlier on today. He said, who do you see scoring the goals for United? I said goals from all over. I mean, Garnacho, Ahmad, Bruno, whoever plays at the 9, I'd expect them to be performing as well. I wish it was Xerxes, but I think Ten Hag is going to be... I think Ten Hag's going to be tempted into playing like Rashford up there or Bruno as a false 9. We may even see Mason Mount again tonight. Apparently new beer choices at Old Trafford too. Woo-woo! I think I'll have one tonight for my birthday. And yeah, we do. So hopefully, and I won't be drinking Carling. No, I won't. At the old days, yes. Cheers for all the super chats as well, guys. Really appreciate that. We've had quite a few different people drop them in on the stream today. Keep the likes coming in, guys. Creeping up and up and up to that 500 mark. You know the requirements and you know what's needed. So please do get onto them. Just going through some more of your quotes. What do we feel about Scott, guys? Do you feel like we are going to end up selling him to Fulham? Do you feel like the loan is something United would look at with any obligation for Scott? Do you feel like they would be tempted in? I just feel like we need to sell Scott to bring in another player, and I don't think they would go for the loan. I think financially it doesn't work, whereas Sancho is a totally different ball game, I feel. Stu said, put it towards a pints and a half-time, mate. Enjoy the game. Thank you for that, super mate. Really appreciate that, pal. Spoiler, it's new light beer, says Cuban. Nobody likes new light beer, do they? No one likes light. Does anyone drink anything light? Thanks again, all the birthday wishes coming in, guys. Big up on your 49th birthday, Adam. You know I'm not 49, you tit. Thanks for the super chat as well, though, mate. I will buy myself a quarter of a pint, whatever it cost at Old Trafford, with that super chat, mate. Thank you. But yeah, keep your comments coming in, guys. The Sancho story sounds too good to be true. If it is true, go for it. Yeah, I agree with that one. Time for McSauce to move on. Sad but true. Yeah, definitely time. Scott is so underrated. He really does offer us something different. Great squad player to have around for me. Yeah, good to come off the bench. I think we've all accepted that and said that that is Scott's best position. Not disrespectfully saying that your best position is on the bench, but in a team like Man United, you do need to actually have a little bit more, and Scott just doesn't have that. So, yeah, it is time to move on. Let's get into the other news and what's actually happened. It is an interesting story for you guys. I wanted to get your opinions on. And this has snuck under the radar a bit because I've been bidding it off from what people have said to me. But apparently this is actually true with the medical. So Laurie Whitwell would not write this unless there was some truth in it, which is medical scans showed a possible metatarsal issue when Lenny Yoro joined Manchester United. United executives pressed ahead with the signing anyway, due to a firm belief that he will be a top player for United for the next decade. Yeah, I understand that, but if you see a little metatarsal, why the hell is he even playing? That's the problem I've got with that one. I really don't understand that. There's some other interesting stuff coming out from Laurie Whitwell, which I want to go through. With the best bit of news that I've seen is this one. So, when everyone was kicking off about the staff that were leaving Manchester United or being booted out by Ineos, listen to this one. A team dedicated to handling the Glazers' interest has been reduced as part of Ineos' cost cutting. So we actually had a team dedicated to dealing with the Glazers. Oh my God, what a waste of time. So Ineos have cut that up. I love that. The other stories that were in there as well from Laurie were Ten Hag and Dan Ashworth's relationship. Apparently their offices are directly facing each other at Carrington now, and they're in constant communication over everything. They're the ones and the leading figures on the sporting side of things at Manchester United. So the main two men really in terms of this transfer window, I think would say are Ten Hag and Dan Ashworth combined. And I think that's what Laurie was saying in that article there. But right now I want to get your thoughts on the Lenny Yoro situation and what you think about it. It's still the right decision. I mean, I'm agreeing with it. Like, obviously you can look past certain things, I feel, but I just don't understand. If you know that there's a metatarsal there, then why the freaking hell are you playing the guy in a pointless friendly? Surely you go and get that sorted now before it gets worse, rather than playing him. I'm totally with the looking ahead to like an 18-year-old being there for a decade at the football club and everything looks good, but I just don't know. I don't know why we would play him if we knew it was there. It's a weird one for me. You guys make of it what you want. Let me know. Adam, I need your opinion on this. Do you think any team in the top 6 will make a move for Shaw? No, I don't, mate. To me, a big no, but United will keep him for 10 years. It's high time things that need to change at United. Yeah, I just don't. I feel like he's just going to walk out on a free and walk away, or maybe even retire at United, Luke Shaw. I don't think anyone buys him, ever, from this point. Someone might take him on a free transfer as a risk when his time's up at Man United, but I don't see Luke Shaw ever being sold by Manchester United. And by that I mean not leaving, but just not making any money. That's all. And they should have operated before he kicked a ball, says Nick Hughes. Agreed. I do think they should have. Sancho ain't going to Chelsea and McTominay ain't going to Napoli as they won't pay United what United want. Never mind the doom and gloom, Chris, eh? It could still happen. Anything's doable. Yoro was never coming to United, was he? Because he was going Madrid, but that happened. Before Sancho, crazy fans would actually choose otherwise over unproven facts. No one in the know of all the facts, but as per usual, caught of social media. Look, I don't care what happened between Sancho and Ten Hag. I've just not rated Sancho as a player since he's been at United. That's my outlook on it. Look, deal with the situation. Obviously, I think Rashford's done worse. And I've made my point about Rashford. I think it's quite clear where the issue is with Rashford. But with Sancho, look, the guy's just not performing anyway. I don't understand the big hoo-ha around Jadon Sancho as a player, to be honest. I don't rate him. I think he's all right, and I think he has got some skills, but not to the point of what people are actually bigging him up for. Yeah, he might have been right in the Ten Hag situation. I think it'll end up being worse to Ten Hag in that scenario. But in terms of this, where we're at now, I just don't think that Jadon Sancho is that good. It's as simple as that for me. Let's see what we got here. Gifted membership from London. That's gone to Stretford Gamer. Thank you, London. Love that. I see my man Boxing Straight Talk was in there then a minute ago, but I've lost it. There he is. Everyone wanting McTominay out. Who bleeds red? There's definitely others I'd target to go before McTominay. There always is, mate. There always is more players you'd want out for obvious reasons, but I think the obvious now is the length of contract, what United need to do in that midfield area, who is valuable to United as well. So you might actually have a point there in saying there's more you'd want out, but maybe because Scott McTominay is more valuable, he can get us more money in an area of the pitch where you would say Manchester United are quite well covered in that higher up the pitch in midfield. I think that's definitely the case, personally, and I think that's why we'd look to get rid of Scott. And again, 100% profit is a massive thing now. Good for Scotty to move no matter where. Yeah, it is, Babs. Adam, generally speaking, metatarsal injuries like that don't get better until you actually break them. That's because you use your feet until you're forced off of them. I don't know, like playing a player to break his foot sounds all wrong, doesn't it? It does. I still don't believe in it. I think if they see the metatarsal problem, there's obviously an issue there. Surely you wouldn't see a metatarsal problem until there was a fracture or something, would you? It's not going to flag up. So get him in and get him operated on before he plays. I understand the break's a break. And yeah, clean breaks are better than fractures and stuff like that. They heal better and stuff. So either way, he was going to be out. At least it's done. And at least we know where we stand. And at least we know Manchester United stance on it right now in backing the player, even though he's got an injury. It shows forward thinking, doesn't it? It shows that Manchester United are not looking at the smaller picture. They're looking at the bigger picture and the longer outcome, which is good to see. Super in from Alien. Can I be Avram's ponytail minder? Depends what you get paid, mate. Won't like to be stood behind that, man. God. Rashford head's gone ever since the new contract, says LB. I don't understand why is Sofyan Amrabat being so salty. We didn't offer him a contract, innit? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've not heard anything from Amrabat. I'll check through all of the news and everything that's actually going on now just to make sure nothing has come up. Let's have a quick nosy on through everything. Just a quick update on everything else again. Manuel Ugarte out of the PSG squad for their opening League game. He wants to join Manchester United. Deal never been off. It's absolutely on, but it will depend on conditions wanted by PSG. That from Romano, just so everybody is clear on that one. But that pretty much is most of the stuff that's actually going on right now. All that matters now, guys, is that Manchester United get out there, get the win tonight against Fulham, and get 3 points on the board, and we're top of the league. We're going to win the league. That's it. Well, how long we'll stay at the top for, I do not know, but that's up to United. Man United 3, Fulham 1. Glory, glory, Man United. That super chat in from London. Thank you, London. Love that, mate. But that is it, guys. Please give the video a like. That'll take us over 500. We've had over 1,200 in the room for most. I know focus is switching from transfers to the football now, guys. So I will be back live outside Old Trafford or in the vicinity of Old Trafford, wherever I get kicked out of from security later on. So if you are new to the channel, one of the new subscribers, of which there are many over this summer, it's time you got a taste of the FUTV matchday content, which is coming to you today from about 5 o'clock live from Old Trafford, guys. I do things differently here on Forever United TV. And I will be talking full on United versus Fulham, opening game of the season. We may bump into a few people along the way as well. And we'll get their comments if we can. But yeah, it is on. It's time to get to OT and start talking, getting results and watching United, and hopefully watching better brand of football. We'll see. All will be revealed later tonight. Loads of content coming your way, guys. So I'll leave you there with the news and where we're at with transfers and move on to the matchday content. It's going to be a busy weekend, I think, guys. I'll keep you posted. Make sure you subscribe and I've got that bell notification on, everyone, so you'll be up to date with everything going on around match days and transfers. Thanks, everybody. All super chats, have been loads of them on the show. Thank you. New members as well. Mods in the chats. Brilliant job as always. I'll see you all around about 5 o'clock today live from Old Trafford, guys, in build up to the big one, to the opening day of the Premier League season. I'll leave you with the chants, your favourite chant, guys. Have a great rest of the afternoon. Look forward to seeing you all live at Old Trafford later on. Have a good one, people.